Okay, here we go. Pistol time, guys. So the first pistol we've got to do for Opal is going to be the 9mm PM, and it's our typical 30 special zombie elimination. So let's get straight into this. Here it comes. Ah! Almost got him. Boom! There we go. Opal down for the first pistol. Okay, next pistol on the list is the Grekhova. So let's do this. Here comes the big guy. Boom. Voila. Opal is done for the Grekhova. Okay, the third pistol we have on the list is the GS45. Here we go. Burn! Blow up! There we go, bitch. That's what I'm talking about. Yes! And last but not least, we have the Stryder .22. Dude, they're spawning two in. They keep doing this. Oh my god. One. That's gas. Boom! And it finished the trials right as I did it. Let's go. Okay, so that's all 4 pistols done. So now, let's get into the video. Okay, guys, so as you can see, we have now got Opal for the 4 base pistols in Black Ops 6 Zombies. I'm honestly, really dragging this grind out. I mean, I started in about January, February time, and we're now at like mid-April, so it's kind of nuts. I know it's been a few weeks since I last posted an Opal video, but I've honestly just not been playing a ton of zombies recently, and I've just been playing a lot of Minecraft on the second channel, as well as, we've just been playing out a bit of Warzone with the Verdansk return, but needless to say, we've done the pistols. So, what we're going to do, as always, is do a little guide, which is kind of the point of these videos. I give you tips on how I did these challenges, making it as easy as possible for you to get these done like I did. And also, I will rank them from best to worst at the end of the videos. And I sometimes give my general opinions as well on the camos, but that's usually up to you to decide anyway. So, let's just get straight into this. So, the very first set of challenges you've got to do actually for all of these pistols is obviously going to be military camos. Now, the military camos are usually all the same for every single weapon, but there will actually be one weapon where that is different, and it was actually an update that they did, I think it was a season or 2 ago, but they altered it because of a difference in how the bullets work. So, for the most part, all of these are going to be asking you to get 2,000 critical hit kills, aka headshots, for your weapons, and this is going to be the same old strategy that I've given countless times in these videos now, because it still is working. We're in season 3 and there's no patch, so I actually genuinely think it's just a game tracking thing. It's just intentional. But if you haven't seen it yet, there is actually a video. I'll put it up here. It's the oil trap technique for Citadel. That's actually how you pronounce it, Citadel. De Morts literally will get you all of these critical hit kills for you without actually having to do much at all. You don't have to use the weapon. The thing actually tracks the critical hit kills that are happening from having Deadshot Daiquiri on, or just from randomized kills of zombies walking into the old trap, getting burnt up, and it will actually just track us using the weapon, even though you've not used the weapon. So it is really weird, but it does work, believe you me. It's basically just a simple cheat way of getting those critical hit kills, but Deadshot Daiquiri will allow you to get those headshots a lot easier. Now, let's say you're using akimbo. Well, akimbo, the Deadshot Daiquiri is really going to do next to nothing because you've got both of the weapons by your hip, so it's not going to automatically lock onto anything. So that is one thing to keep in mind. If you are trying to do these manually on other maps and you just don't want to play Citadel, then, don't use akimbo. As tempting as it is, because it's easy with 2 pistols, just stick to a single pistol and use Deadshot Daiquiri if you're going to do it the normal way, and you can get that done, but it'll be very slow. But that is the general consensus. The fact is, they actually changed the critical hit kills to just regular kills for one of the pistols, and that pistol being the GS45. Now, the reason they did this is because when you pack-a-punch the GS45, the bullets become explosive, meaning it is next to impossible to actually get a critical hit kill, because any bullet that hits the zombie is going to blow the entire zombie up, meaning it's not going to track as headshots. So they did actually change the military camos to just 2,000 eliminations with the GS45, and as you can imagine, with explosive bullets, I mean, you can use the oil trap technique on Citadel, but you really don't have to. Just blowing them up with your pack-a-punch weapon is going to be more than enough to kill zombies within splash damage range. It's absolutely nuts. That is another thing, though. I will say, if you are pack-a-punching the GS45, just be wary of how close you're stood to the zombies. It will damage you if you start shooting near to you. Within a 6 feet range, you are going to damage yourself and even knock yourself if you have the weapon Pack-a-Punch. So just be wary of that. But anyway, let's talk about how to do the special challenges for each of these weapons. So the very first weapon being the 9mm PM. And the very first special camo challenge that it's going to ask you to do is to get 300 eliminations with Cryo Freeze equipped. So the Cryo Freeze just being the type of ammo mod that you can get at the arsenal. So I'm sure by now most of you who play zombies know what the arsenal is in the game. It's just a machine you can go to. But yeah, you want to get that snowflake icon ammo mod and you can start getting your kills and that will track. I will have to make this very clear for any ammo mod related challenges. You do have to do the kills manually. You cannot sit inside the oil trap. It won't work. I wish it did. It's a wonder that normal kills and headshots track from the oil trap, but these don't. I don't get how that works, but it just is what it is. So that is one thing. And also, you don't have to worry about the zombies freezing up for this to track as a cryo freeze kill. Obviously, it just wants you to have it equipped. But anyway, the other special camo challenge is going to be that you need to get, again, 300 eliminations, but this time with Dead Wire equipped. And Dead Wire is just the electricity ammo mod. So again, exactly the same thing. Now, the second pistol that you're going to do is obviously the Grekhova. This one being a lot more fun. It's actually a fully automatic pistol, so it's going to feel a little bit like an SMG. The first special challenge you're going to do for that one is to get 10 Mangler eliminations. And as you guys already know, if you've been playing zombies long enough, there's only like 2 maps. I've not actually played Shattered Veal yet, so there might even be Manglers on that map. But the main 2 I know of is obviously Liberty Falls and Terminus. They are the 2 maps that have Manglers spawning in. And by the way, Manglers only actually spawn in at around round 10 or 11 and onwards. And it's every so often. So you're not going to be able to get these done as quickly as you'd really want to. But that's just how it is, unfortunately. And the second special camo challenge for this weapon is that it wants you to get 5 critical kills rapidly 15 times. So again, this is going to be simple to do normally. Like 5 critical kills or 5 headshots rapidly can be done if you just get swarms of zombies around you. Or again, using the oil trap, it's going to do it all for you, especially when you get into super high rounds and there's just tons and tons of zombies running in and they're all automatically being killed as a critical hit kill from having Deadshot Dacryon. It's just going to be done really quickly and really simply. So that's the Grekhova challenges. And then the next pistol we have is, of course, the GS45, Mr. Explosive over here. So the first special camo challenge you're going to do for this one is 300 eliminations with the weapon at rare rarity or higher. Obviously, rare rarity is going to be blue color, so you want to upgrade your weapon to the blue color, the purple or the golden, and get kills whilst it's in that state. Those are obviously acquired by going to the arsenal. And the second special camo challenge is going to ask you to get 300 hipfire kills. Now, you're probably already thinking, yeah, I'm just going to have to do this the normal way without the oil trap. Yeah, you're right. But if it makes it any better for you, these are pistols, and all of these pistols do allow the akimbo attachment. Now, if you don't have akimbo unlocked, I'm sorry, you're going to have to grind a little bit. I would preferably, you know, maybe grind with some double XP on or just go into multiplayer and level these weapons up first. But if you already have them leveled up from multiplayer and you have akimbo unlocked, great. This is actually going to help a super great amount because the way akimbo works is you have 2 pistols, and the way these 2 pistols are positioned are by your hip. So when you're actually using akimbo, it is tracking as hip fire kills. So if you get 300 kills with akimbo, it's going to be far more easier, a lot less tedious than just doing it with 1 pistol. So that is honestly the best advice you're going to have with that. Something that helped me get the hip fire kills done even easier was obviously 1, distracting zombies into circles and shooting at them in masses when they'd all kind of gotten together. The way I'd know that I'd got all the zombies that were spawning in was by walking around long enough to see that no more zombies were coming in from any strange positions behind me or to the left or the right of me. Once I'd got them in a big loop, then I'd shoot them all and sort of stay at a semi-near distance so that I was actually able to hit them and take damage off of them. Now, in this case, you're not even going to need to be near to them because it's the GS45. The bullets are explosive, as we've already stated, so you can actually stand as far back as you want, get them in clusters and just start fucking blasting away and blowing them up. It's really fun, actually. But if you don't want to do that, you can distract them with, of course, decoy grenades. They're not going to last last as long, but they do work. You can stun zombies, but you run the risk of stunning yourself, and it's not accurate, so probably not the best. And the other one being the monkey bomb, which is my personal favorite. Throwing the symbol monkey down will distract them for a good amount of time, and you can just start blasting at them in masses whilst they're distracted. So there's a bunch of ways you can do that one. The final pistol you're going to do is the Stryder .22. And the first special challenge it's going to ask you to do is 300 point blank. So a point blank, for any of you newbies out there, it just means super close kills. That's all it means. You just want a zombie within 6 feet of you and you'll be good. Again, what I did for this, because you can't do it with the oil trap, unfortunately, even though the zombies are dying to your weapon, allegedly, according to the game's tracking at least, and they are near to you, it just doesn't work. So what you're going to do is, again, go in circles or distract zombies and stand close to them. But as you're walking back from them and they're coming towards you, you want to be shooting and sort of weaving your gun around. Imagine, like, 'cause I've got my controller here, like moving your stick like this. You know what I mean? You're moving around slightly as you're shooting, keeping a maintained distance. Something you also do as well in this sort of movement is you'll occasionally dip in to shoot them so you can get close enough. If they swing, you back away. That's what I did, and that actually was pretty quick. I mean, you could get this done really quickly. And you'll also find that this is easier if you, of course, have the Tesla Storm on. This will be able to, you know, shock them so they're all sort of stunned temporarily, and you could just blast them all away whilst they're stood in front of you still. So that actually worked as well. As far as the second challenge, it's 30 vermin eliminations. So the vermin one, you can do this on absolutely any map. Every single type of map in this game will spawn vermins in, the spider creatures. But what I will say is, if you want to get non-stop vermin kills, you're going to want to go on the map that is going to give you strictly vermins on the special rounds, and that map will be Liberty Falls. That map is the first map to come into the game, so you're going to get just vermin kills on special rounds, meaning you're getting more efficiency out of this technique. But no matter what map you go on, you're going to be able to get vermins every so often in between rounds, so it's going to be done pretty quickly, that one. But anyway, that is the special challenges for all of the weapons. Now, as far as the Mystic Gold challenge goes, it's your typical 10 kills rapidly 15 times. Oil trap technique is the way to go. It's just going to be the quickest way, honestly, unless you're using the GS45 with those explosive tips from, you know, pack-a punching and you're just blasting and blowing away. You know, this is honestly going to be the quickest way. Just sitting in that oil trap, semi-AFK, and it's just going to do it for you. For the OPAL challenge, I'm still running the tomb technique. Again, that video is above. I've linked it in a lot of these videos, but it's very, very useful. This is a part of the Ice Staff Wonder Weapon quest. It's part of the beginning setup for it, and it only takes about 15 minutes to actually get into, and you can basically get at least 15, sometimes even 20 in rare cases for me. I don't know how, but I've done that. You can get 15 to 20 special zombies in a single match, and that way you're completing this in roughly 2 matches. It's very, very fast. I don't know if there's any new fancy strats for the Shattered Veal. I'll figure them out if there are, but as far as I'm concerned, it's still going to be the tomb technique for this one. But anyway, that is all of the pistols done, so I'm going to rank them from best to worst. And we're taking a lot of things into account here. We're not just taking into account the damage or the accuracy. We're taking into account how useful they actually are to use. So the very first weapon I'm probably going to put at the top is going to be, I'm going to say, the Grekhova. Because of its fully automatic fire rate, there isn't any damage that it can do to you as a player, so it's going to be the most reliable, especially up close, because that's mainly what we're using pistols for in zombies. Now, the second one I'm going to put on there, as well as it's very dodgy and it can kill you if you shoot too near to yourself, the GS45 is going in second, because the explosive tips, you cannot lie, it is very exciting. It's very fun blasting zombies and just having them blow up. It's super fun. And then I think we're going to go with, I'm not even sure, I'll probably just put them in a tie, because honestly, they're both semi-automatic. They're not exactly much different. They both have a decent fire rate, unless I'm to put the Stryder .22 slightly higher than the 9mm PM, but otherwise they're basically the same, and they might as well just go in a tie. So that's all the pistols done. That's all of them ranked. So yeah, OPAL, obviously, if you're going for it, it's worth it. It's definitely worth it as a camo, but you know, in the grand scheme of things, we're all going for Nebula. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to drop a like on this video, leave me a comment to help with the algorithm. It's greatly appreciated, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. And yeah, other than that, thank you once again, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye, guys.